Take your seats, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. Ayubowan, Wanakkam, Assalamu alaikum. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed an extra special week for Nsbm Green University because this is, in fact, the Convocation Week 2021. And this week, which will comprise of 15 sessions, will see close to 2,000 young men and women graduating from NSBM's own programs as well as many internationally acclaimed institutes of higher learning. NSBM Green University, undoubtedly the first ever Green University in South Asia, in fact turning a new chapter in higher education in Sri Lanka, living up to international standards, state-of-the-art infrastructure, state-of-the-art technology, and the latest teaching methods have been instrumental in making this great institution truly a pride of Sri Lanka. This graduation ceremony, which you are part of, is in fact dedicated to a world-renowned institution of higher learning. That's the University College Dublin, Ireland. So dear graduates, you have had the opportunity and the fortune of being a part of this course and being able to pass out from the University College Dublin, Ireland in your homeland thanks to the facilitation done by the NSBM Green University. It is my singular honor now to recognize a couple of very distinguished personalities occupying the first row on stage. We have the presence of Professor E.A. Veerasinghe, the Vice Chancellor of the NSBM Green University. We're delighted and honored to have with us as our chief guest this afternoon, Senior Professor Sudhanta Liyanage, Vice Chancellor of the University of Sri Jayawardhanapura. Madam Tilini De Silva, who's the Dean, Faculty of Business of NSBM Green University, Dr. Rasika Ranavira, Dean, Faculty of Computing, Dr. Chandana Pereira, Dean, Faculty of Engineering, and also Associate Professor Ganga Karunatilaka, who's the head of the Postgraduate Unit, NSBM Green University. We also would like to recognize on stage the eminent panel of teachers, lecturers, who have been responsible for making you, dear graduates, what you are today. Saying that, we're now going to witness the official declaration of the graduation ceremony open. And for that, we would like to invite Professor E.A. Veerasinghe, the Vice Chancellor of the NSBM Green University.
Good afternoon. It is my privilege to welcome you all for the NSBM Green University NSBM graduation ceremony of 2021 Session 7. This happiest moment has finally arrived at the end of a long journey of academic and social achievements. This ceremony tells you that you are now prepared to begin your life and to face the world as leaders of the community. With that note, I have the great pleasure in declaring this graduation ceremony open.
Thank you, Vice Chancellor, sir. Thank you very much. And we now request you to be in the presentation area, and you'll be accompanied in the presentation area by Dr. Rasika Ranavira, Dean, Faculty of Computing. Let's welcome them both to the presentation area because we are now moving on to the presentation of degree certificates. BSc Honors Management Information Systems. BSc Honors Management Information Systems. We're going to start with a couple of first-class honors. Before we start, we'd like to remind the audience that you have a role to play, and that is to applaud each and every graduate coming on stage to accept his or her certificate. First-class honors start with MKIC Dilshani. S.A. Patirannahe. JPCD Jayasinghe, first class honors continue. AMMR Attanayaka. BSc Honors Management Information Systems. These are the first class honors. Put your hands together and congratulate them all. Now we come to second class upper divisions, starting with PA Madanayaka. BL Vithanage. WASM Pereira. DGDCB Deniyagoda. KMM Pereira. SAGL Suryarachi. MTU Silva. US Muhammadachi. SU Kumarasinghe. N Nanakara. SDDI Gunatilaka. HNS Vijay Singha. WDHN Abe Gunawardana. AC Fernando. SAT Moses. DMDK Disanayaka. DMDN Disanayaka. IS Senaviratna. AM Vidunuan. US Amarasekara. KKSD Karunanayaka. A Vidhanage. HLT Aryapala. These are the second class upper divisions in progress. IANS Amaya. GG Abesekara. GMND Amarasinghe. KVS Pereira. LD Rajapaksha. HA Devmini. KLI Amarasekara. WMP Vijay Kon. MLH Vijay Surya. RWD Uromi. WMMSK Veerasinghe. DNS Patiranage. WADDL Vijayasekara. MPIB Pilapitia. WAS Pamudita. KDTC Ratnayaka. Second class upper divisions, and it continues. WWRP Fernando. NA Senaviratna. LWIK Chandrasiri. DAN Vijay Surya. NJ Ranaveera Singha. SMCA Subasingha. HSJ Mudalige. ENS Pereira. HADG Gamage. BSc Honors Management Information Systems. Those were the second class upper divisions. Congratulations to all of them. Now we have the second class lower divisions, starting with MK Jayalat. WCU Boteju. KAU Guptasiri. PP Brandigampala. WMUI Vijayakon. TDMH Teshan. KDH Sandeepani. HAK Ravishan. HWCV Hakmana. TGKA Gunavardhana. B Vanigatunga. PWKS Kumara. GGND Gunaratna. MAS Udara. IP Atulat Mudali. SHMC Silva. So this is the completion of second class low division, and with that we complete BSc Honors Management Information Systems. Let's put our hands together and congratulate them all. Congratulations. And we are now moving on to the next course of study, which is MSc in Management. MSc in Management. And we have the recipient, J.A.P.C. Jayakodi. With that, we complete the presentation of degree certificates. Let's put our hands together and congratulate all. You've just graduated, dear graduates, from the University College Dublin, Ireland, and you right now belong to that huge global alumni of graduates from University College Dublin, Ireland. Congratulations. With those special presentations of the degree certificates, we're now moving on to another special item in the agenda, and that is for the customary convocation address. Now, before we invite our speaker to the podium, we have a formal introduction that will be done to our speaker. We would like to invite to the podium for the introduction Dean Faculty of Business, Madam Tilini De Silva.
Senior Professor Sudanta Liyanage is the Vice Chancellor of the University of Sri Jayewardenepura. He is an evolutionary thinker, a dynamic personality, and one of the most experienced and astute administrators in the university system of our country. Professor Liyanage obtained his PhD from Cardiff University of Wales, United Kingdom. He has obtained several postdoctoral qualifications from the Cardiff University of Wales, University of Adelaide, Australia, and Ibaraki University, Japan. Professor Liyanage, being an alumnus of the University of Sri Jayewardenepura, graduating in 1991, has worked tirelessly for the development of the standards of the university. Professor Liyanage has expertise in a diverse number of fields, including chemistry, chemical industries, education, higher education, electoral strategies, and policies. He was also the president of the Institute of Chemistry, Ceylon, in 2018 and 19, and the current chairman of the Academic Board of the National Institute of Education. He is a fellow member of the Institute of Chemistry, Ceylon, Plastics and Rubber Institute, Sri Lanka, and Royal Society of Chemistry, United Kingdom. He is also a member of the Tertiary and Vocational Education Commission, National Education Commission, and Standing Committee on Accreditation and Quality Assurance. His commitment to the development of the country goes beyond his services to the university and education. He is a key member of the Presidential Task Force since December 2019 and has provided significant input to develop the electoral system of the country since 2009. Professor Liyanage has over 60 research papers and articles to his name published in high-ranking national and international journals with an H index of 6. He has authored several books, monographs, and essays. His views on nationally important matters have been featured in over 50 newspaper articles over the years. He continues to be a key personality, and his commitment to the development of the country goes beyond his services to the university and education. With that, over to you, sir.
Ayubowan. Good evening, everybody. Professor E.A. Veerasinghe, Vice Chancellor of Nsbm Green University, Deans of the respective faculties, academic members, graduates, their parents, and well-wishers. First, I would like to congratulate all the graduates who have received their certificate or the degree today, and I hope that you will continue your good service to this motherland. Or if you wish, you can go abroad the same time, you have to think about this motherland because we need beautiful people like you all to take over this motherland. So this is a very special day of all of you. Personally, I believe this is your Father's Day. Normally we say fathers never cry. That's a normal thing. Though your father is fighting with your mother or other way around, mother is fighting with your father all the time, but still your father never cried. But today evening, most probably at the dinner table, you can see some tears on his eyes. The main reason is usually your father never talked to you. Always the mother is having some dialogues with you. There may be very few cases your father also helping you, but usually father is a very silent character at the home. But today you have achieved something he has dreamed during last many years. So therefore, it's a dedication day for your father. Sorry, I am not saying that this is dedicated day for your mother. Mother too is very happy, but your father is very much happier than your mother. That is the normal reality. Some students may miss your father because he might demise before your graduation. There may be very few cases, but I don't know personally how many students are here, their father has demised before you are getting your graduation. But don't worry, your father may around you. So dear student, and also it's a very important day. I'm always telling, this is the most important day in your life because you are taking a photograph with your cloak and hat and your degree certificate that will last with you. I have seen, especially some of the boys, the graduates, they are coming with ties. Those ties belongs to their respective schools. Still, I can recognize some of the school ties, but unfortunately, the girls, they are not wearing ties because they are usually wearing saris. I don't think they have selected saris with the college tie color or whatever it is. But I easily recognize your school. But from today onwards, you are not belongs to that particular school. Because once you graduated from any recognized university, after that you are belongs to that particular family. So therefore, all of you should remind the Nsbm, because of this fantastic institute, you are getting this degree. Though your degree has offered by the Dublin College, so but you are getting this degree because of the presence of, or because of the establishment of Nsbm. So therefore, I think everybody should remember Professor E.A. Veerasinghe and his team, because they are the people given you this education. So therefore, now you are a very proud graduate of Nsbm. So you have to continue this thing, because once you completed this degree and if you perform very well, even in the education sector or any other sector, especially the industrial sector, so others are basically following you. So there are so many younger people are coming behind you. So always you should maintain that proud thing with the Nsbm. So again, I would like to congratulate the entire academic team or the entire academic members of the Nsbm. Especially, I think you all are graduated from the IT faculty, and you are getting a MIS degree. That's a very important degree. With that degree, you are getting some kind of a value addition for yourself. Value addition, normally we believe that belongs to goods and services and everything. But today, you value added yourself. You can go to any interview in this country or anywhere in the world, and you can proudly say, I am a graduate from the Dublin College, and that has been offered through the Nsbm. So everybody measured that thing. And we believe, and I am a Vice Chancellor of the largest university in terms of the student numbers in Sri Lanka. But still, we value the service of Nsbm. Normally, I allow most of my members to come here and deliver some or contribute their time for lecturing and doing some research. That's the other thing in your life. Once you graduated, please continue with your good work. Doing research is a very important thing, because if you are familiar with research, when you are doing research, so once you get some results, you have to critically analyze those things. So sometimes you may fail, sometimes you have to readjust, you have to rethink, you have to do so many things with your results what you have obtained from your research. So therefore, the most important thing as a person, you have to analyze your results and you have to make the best solution out of the solutions available, many solutions. I will tell you one small story regarding the recent incidents happened in Sri Lanka. I am a chemist by my profession. We all know that we had a huge problem with our gas distribution or the gas composition of the gas. Is a problem with the gas? No. Normally, if you go to any parts of the world, all the countries are using these gas tanks or the gas cylinders. Normally, there are only two gases you can use in the domestic usage, that is the propane and butane. Both are gases. Right? You can use any composition of propane and the butane, that is not a big problem. What is a cylinder available that can tolerate very high pressures. But in Sri Lankan problem, so then actually what has happened in the gas industry or the gas limited, they have done some research. They are running with a big grade loss. They have seen that the propane value has gone down in the market. So if you mix more propane, then at least they can recover some of the losses. That's a great thing to do. There's no problem at all. I can't see any issue with that particular idea. But the problem is not only the gas, the cylinder or the pressure of the gas. Once you change the composition of the gas mixture, what will happen? The total pressure will change. Though your cylinder can tolerate high pressure, but the other gadgets like the tubes and other things cannot absorb that particular pressure. So therefore, you have applied the correct theory, but that has failed in the society because you have not critically think about maybe some people can think of a stupid idea or what it is idea that has failed. That's the thing. So when you are doing, especially this science background or this BSc people or what it is, so you have to develop your own theory. That is not any bad idea. But once you are applying that particular idea in the society, you have to be extremely careful because you are responsible for your decision. So therefore, young graduates, so you have to think like that. So always we say you have to dream thing. You have to dream it. You have to think out of the box. So most of the time in the state sector graduates, most of the people are telling we are producing unemployable graduates. When you compare with the non-state sector or the Nsbm graduates or other non-state sector graduates, up to certain point, yes, that is correct, because we are working in a very rigid system. We are selecting students with the Z score. It's a very rigid. We can't do away. There is no any other deviation. The children and the system are very rigid, and from the rigid system, you are expecting a very flexible person. So that is a problem with our equation. But here, that is not like that. You are having a very flexible system, and of course, you are getting very flexible graduates. So in other words, these days, non-state sector graduates are getting more job opportunities in the private sector because they know that you are very much flexible, unlike the state sector graduates. So therefore, now we have a duty to do, because somehow we have to change our system. But in Sri Lanka, doing changes always end up with some failures. Right? So therefore, we have to be extremely careful. These days, we are talking about the education reforms. We really want to change the things, but we have to be extremely careful. Our society is, it's not in a position to absorb those changes. Those are our issues. But I know that the non-state sector is growing really well, and I am in the select committee on quality assurance and accreditation. We are helping in a big way for all the non-state sector institutions. The one reason is, if you can get the education in Sri Lanka, at least you can save some dollars, because otherwise you have to go abroad to do these kind of, or offer these degrees. So in a way, I think the Nsbm also doing a great role to helping the Sri Lankan government and the Sri Lanka to save some dollars in Sri Lanka, because everybody knows that we are facing a huge dollar crisis, but still there are a lot of children now going abroad to do their higher education due to various reasons. But at the same time, we love to see the increasement of numbers even in the Nsbm and other non-state sector institutions as well as the state sector universities. So then the young people are getting more opportunities in their future, because it's extremely important thing if possible to be a graduate. Any field of science or management or even the arts, it's not a big deal, because when you are graduating, that indicate that you are suitable as a junior executive to even to the private sector or into the public sector. Because public sector and the private sector both heavily depend on the executive staff members. What we are doing here is we are producing the junior executive to the society. So therefore you have to be very proud. Your employable first employment going to be a junior executive at some industry or service sector, or maybe you can join to the, if you have performed really well. I have seen as usual, even in the state sector universities, the girls are doing much better than the boys. That is happening. Fortunately, if I have a good look here, I can at least see some gents or the males on the stage. Very encouraging factor. But if you go to most of the non-state state sector universities, it's a full of ladies and girls. That is also not a good thing, because we have to always think about the gender balance. Otherwise, if you disturb the gender balance, the imbalance system always producing something imbalanced, something not good. So I am a chemist. There is a nice principle called the Le-Chatelier's principle. So if you all can read about the Le-Chatelier's principle, that will give you, if you really want to disturb equilibrium or the system, you have to be extremely careful. Do a small change all the time, not the big changes. That's the Le-Chatelier's principle that is coming from, even at the A-level syllabus, we are talking about this Le-Chatelier's principle. If anybody very familiar with science, it's a very simple law or theory regarding the Le-Chatelier. So I think that is the message I really want to pass to all the young graduates. The other thing is, as I told earlier, the most important people in your life, very soon you are going to meet your new partner, maybe one of your batchmates, maybe senior batchmates. That's a normal thing. That is fantastic, because in this country we have more ladies than the males, so always 4% shortage. So the girls, of course, there are 4 girls out of 100, you are not going to have a partner. So you have to be a bit careful and be in a hurry to find your partner. Otherwise, you have to be single in all during your entire lifetime. That is all. These things also important. But the most important thing in your life is, please look after your parents. Please look after your parents. So they had a very hard time with you all. Maybe a girl or boy, they had a hard time with you all. Just think today night how much trouble we have given to our parents. Poor parents, very sorry. But now I think the time has come, because you are big enough. Please look after your parents. Whether if you are in Sri Lanka, definitely you can look after, no problem. I can't see any issue. But if you are going abroad, if you are migrating to any other country, like even to UK or to Australia or to New Zealand, that is a normal trend happening these days, especially most of the people, they really want to live in Australia or the New Zealand, and some are migrating to Canada and States. That's fine. I can't see any issue about that, because you are young people, you have another 50, 60 years to go, you better have a good life. But at the same time, please keep in your mind, the poor parents in Sri Lanka, they also need a good life. So if you go there, if you are staying in any other country, please look after them. Because your mother has a very hard time with you. Most of the time, the father may be blaming your mother. Me kolla narak kare, amma tamai giyala. But now kolla has a time has come. You have to give everything back to your mother and the father. So because as a vice chancellor, I know actually what is happening. Even my university, I'm a chemistry person. In our chemistry honors batch, there are only very limited numbers because we can't deal with big numbers. Now, of course, we have increased to 40. Out of 40, at least 30, 35 graduates are migrating or going to other parts of the world. But most of the people, they are not coming back. But all the time, I have to look after their parents. The fathers are coming to me and telling me, sir, son has gone. I don't know what is he doing. They don't have much connectivity with us. Those things you have to keep in your mind, right? Because otherwise, there's nobody to look after your parents. Because they have looked after you up to last 25 years, maybe 26, 27 years. right? Another 50 to 60 years, you have a life. But these poor parents, they don't have that much of life span. So they have a very, very limited time, about maximum of 10, 20 years. So during next 10, 20 years, you have to look after your parents and the Nsbm. That is your second parent. Please look after the institute, and you have to be very happy when the institute is growing. So we can see, we are witnessing, and we are very much thankful to Professor Veera Singh and his team. I can see, even I also be present when they have started the second phase of the Nsbm. I think very soon this institution going to be bigger than University of Sri Jayawardhanapura. Thank you very much.
Our grateful thanks going to Senior Professor Sudhanta Liyanage, Vice Chancellor of the University of Sri Jayawardhanapura. Thank you, sir. It is definitely an honor to have an intellectual of your caliber gracing this occasion as chief guest. We thank you for your presence, and also we thank you for the convocation address. With that, we are in fact at the position of presenting the Best Performer Award, or the medal for the best performer. And that will be done by our chief guest himself, Senior Professor Sudhanta Liyanage. We'd like to invite you, sir, to the presentation area. And you'll be accompanied in the presentation area by Professor Veera Singh, Vice Chancellor of Nsbm Green University, and also Dr. Rasika Ranavira, Dean, Faculty of Computing. Let's put our hands together and welcome them to the presentation area. And now we are getting ready for Best Performer Awards. We have a gold medal. That's for BSc Honours Management Information Systems. Is it going to be a lady or a gent? Well, the award goes to Chamat Dilshan Jayasinghe. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. The best performer, BSc Honours Management Information Systems. A proud recipient of a gold medal. Keep the applause going, keep it going, keep it going. You need to make a bigger cheer. And congratulations to Chamat Dilshan Jayasinghe. Congratulations. Keep the applause going. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, keep it going, keep it going. You need to fill this space with your applause and good wishes and congratulations. Now, we have come to what we call the UCD Top Performance Prize. Now, this is offered by UCD, and it is a prize for the top performer. And it is called the UCD Top Performance Prize. And that prize goes to Chamat Dilshan Jayasinghe. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together louder. This time, Chamat on stage to accept the UCD Top Performance Prize. Congratulations. Let's hear it one more time louder for Chamat Dilshan Jayasinghe. And now we have the next one, which is called the Virtusa Gold Award for the top performing student. Now this is in fact a way of Virtusa, a very responsible corporate recognizing top talent, as this is called the Virtusa Gold Award for top performing student. And the award goes to, do we have a hat trick? Yes, Chamat Dilshan Jayasinghe. Now you need to double, triple your round of applause, triple your level of applause for JP Chamat Dilshan Jayasinghe. Get it louder. Give the loudest that you can. Congratulations. We request the presentation party to remain in the presentation area because finally we have a token of appreciation. Now this is how the Nsbm Green University would like to say thank you to our chief guest for his presence and also for the convocation address. So we will now witness Professor Veera Singh, the Vice Chancellor of Nsbm Green University, who will present a token of appreciation to our chief guest, Senior Professor Sudhanta Liyanage, Vice Chancellor of the University of Sri Jayawardhanapura. Let's put our hands together and say thank you once again to our chief guest. Thank you, gentlemen. You may take your seats. Thank you very much. With those exciting moments, we have now come to the valedictory speech. And for that, we would like to invite valedictorian Manishi Attanayake to the podium. So let's welcome Manishi Attanayake for the graduate speech.
Professor E.A. Veerasinghe, Vice Chancellor of Nsbm Green University. The keynote speaker, Professor Sudhanta Liyanage, Vice Chancellor, University of Sri Jayewardenepura. Professor Bharata Dodankotua, Head, Academic Development and Quality Assurance. Deans, Heads, distinguished guests, academic staff, non-academic staff, parents, and my fellow graduates. A very good evening to all of you. I'm extremely grateful to stand before you, having given this opportunity to represent the UCD Batch 23 of Management Information Systems. Firstly, I would like to take a moment to congratulate all my fellow graduates seated here today for achieving one of the greatest milestones in their lives. Today is a very significant day for all of us as we step out of Nsbm as a proud degree holder. Being a graduate has been a dream for most of us even before it began. A dream that we lived through for the past 4 years during our chaotic times. I'm sure that each and every one of us had our uncertainties when we first set foot in Nsbm back in 2018. Some may be on whether we chose the right path for us to develop a great career, or whether our university would provide the right learning to shape ourselves into better individuals in future. Well, my dear friends, our hard work has paid off. As of today, majority of us are employed in well-reputed organizations, and we are one step closer to achieving a successful career. Nsbm Green University has been there for us from the start of our journey to the very end. From guiding and helping us to pick the most suitable degree program, offering us knowledge from the most qualified lecturers, providing a comfortable learning environment, and helping us make friends that I'm sure would last a lifetime. Nsbm has offered various clubs and societies that we were given the opportunity to join. Back in the day, I was able to join ISAC, where not only did I develop myself professionally through learning activities, but I also got the chance to interact with entities across our country borders. It is my great pleasure and honor to be a part of University College of Dublin, which is one of the highly ranked leading universities worldwide. I would like to convey my gratitude on behalf of the entire batch to Nsbm for creating an affiliation with UCD and making it possible for us to hold a recognized degree in Management Information Systems from Ireland. Also, I'm immensely grateful that I was able to join Nsbm right after my advanced levels, graduate with the first-class honors, and be able to start my career at a well-renowned organization just by the age of 21. So, to our dearest lecturers, without the guidance and support that you have provided us with, we wouldn't have made it here today. I'd like to thank all our lecturers on behalf of our batch for always providing us with knowledge and guiding us through the right path. Thank you for altering our perceptions and helping us understand the values that we truly stand by. Thank you for pushing us to think beyond our boundaries, and thank you for being the pillar of strength behind every single one of us. So, Let's give our beloved lecturers a huge round of applause to express the gratitude that we have for them. The learning experience wouldn't have been complete without, of course, my dearest friends. Thank you for sticking by me through the tough times. The moments that we spent together will forever be unforgettable and priceless. I'd also like to convey my gratitude to two very specific people who were there for me throughout my journey. They were constant, always pushed me towards my goals, and always kept me motivated whenever I thought of giving up. They have provided me with emotional support and guided me through the tough times. They have been my role models from the start by doing everything possible to put me in the path of greatness. Here's to my dearest mom and dad. I'm so grateful for the immense support and strength that you have provided me with, and I truly hope that I have made you proud. Here's a heartfelt thank you to all the parents who are here with us today for constantly believing in us throughout our journeys. So let's put our hands together for our dearest parents for being the backbone of our lives. So, I would like to conclude my speech by saying, my dearest friends, graduates, I might say, each and every one of you has the potential to reach greater heights in life. Chase your dreams and never give up, because we have a long journey ahead of us. Today we stand here, awakened and inspired, only to dream bigger, as we have transformed both personally and professionally. I hope that each one of us will be inspired by the people that we have met here at Nsbm. Congratulations, batch of 2021. Wishing everyone all the very best in your future endeavors. I hope that we will go into the world truly a force for good. And if you're ever in need of help, always know that you have a group full of supporters right here that you can turn to. So before we close this evening ceremony, I'd like to leave a noteworthy thought for you. Graduation isn't the end of a tough journey. It is the beginning of a beautiful one. Follow your passion, stay true to yourself, and watch the magic happen. Thank you.
Wishing you two a magical future. We say thank you to Manishi Attanayaka. Let's say thank you once again to Manishi, and also wishing each and every one of your batchmates all the very best. We have now come to the conclusion of the graduation ceremony dedicated to University College Dublin, Ireland. And now we will witness the graduation ceremony officially declared closed. And thereafter, we will witness the signing of the Convocation register. For both, we would like to invite the Vice Chancellor of the Nsbm Green University, Professor E.A. Veerasinghe.
Congratulations to all graduates, and I wish you all the best for the future. Now, I formally close the graduation ceremony. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. The Vice Chancellor makes his way to sign the Convocation register. Thank you, Vice Chancellor, sir. Thank you very much. We now request you to rise from your seats as we play the national anthem of Sri Lanka to honor our motherland, and also that will be followed by the national anthem of Ireland to honor the home soil of the University College Dublin, Ireland.
Sri Lanka Mata, Upper Sri Lanka, Namo, 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 Namo Mata, Sundara Siri Marini, Surani Ati Soba Lanka.
We request the audience to kindly remain standing as we're going to witness the ceremonial procession, which is starting and it will exit the hall. So until the procession exits the hall, we request you to please remain standing in the audience.